Did you miss me? Ugh, did you miss me, guys? Hi, besties. I'm back. I'm back and I'm better than ever. Okay, I am. All right. And if you don't know, this is the I'm Doing This Okay podcast hosted by Angel Clade. I don't know how you got here, but if you're here, welcome. I've been gone for a couple weeks, but I am back. Okay, I've been on a journey. I've been around town. All right, I went to New Orleans. I went camping with 100 strangers. I've been on a manhunt. We'll get into that later. I went to Savannah. I went to Charleston, and now I'm back. I'm back in my beautiful home, and I'm ready to film a podcast. Okay, I actually did film an episode while I was away, but I filmed it on the street, and that was a mistake because there was very much noisy cars in the background, okay? And so it's unusable. All right? But here we are filming an episode and I will be more consistent from now on. I'm expecting to have a guest next episode maybe. Ooh. Ooh. So stay tuned, okay? That'll be fun. That will be fun. Or it will also be a mess. But we're just trying out things, okay? And this is the year about trying out things, all right? Also, I'm very scared that I'm giving very much side boob in the video version of this. So if you see that, you're welcome, all right? But hopefully it's not too much. If it is too much, I'll edit it out. I'll put like a little smiley face over my side boob, maybe. Probably not because that's too much. But we'll see. Guys, but I'm so happy to be filming. I am so happy to be filming. This is like my first day in weeks literally that I've gotten to like sit by myself, okay? I spent all today just blasting my music, cleaning my house, which was long overdue. I like did a deep clean, very much needed. Cleaned my whole closet, put all my clothes away, put all my laundry away, which y'all know is a feat for me. I think I need to do a closet clean out. I think that's the problem. I have too many clothes, and so then when I'm looking for an outfit, I'm just throwing stuff everywhere, and then it just creates a mess that I don't want to clean for days. So I might do a closet clean out, and if I do a closet clean out, maybe my next party will be a clothing swap party. Does that sound fun? My only thing about clothing swap parties is I tried to do one in the past before too, and I would hate to have a clothing swap and it not be inclusive, because of course I am one size and I want everybody who comes to my clothing swap to be able to find clothes for all of their sizes, you know? And so I don't like I love the idea of a clothing swap, but I would hate to have a clothing swap and then you have somebody who is different in body types who feels excluded. You know what I'm saying? Does that make it makes sense? It makes sense. It makes sense. It makes sense. I once did a t-shirt swap at one of the camps that I went to in like high school or whatever. And then it was just like jarring, I guess, seeing the difference of how many like medium-sized t-shirts were available to swap. There was only like three X's, which makes sense, but it's kind of sad for those people. Okay, I think the last episode was about body image too, so I can't get into that right now. And I have so much to cover, guys. I wrote notes this time because I actually have lots to cover. Okay, I'm going on so many tangents. I have so much to say. Life updates. One, the gnats are still here, and for some reason I was gone. Like there's one flying around my face right now, which is why I had to bring this up. I was gone for a while, probably like within the last 2 weeks. Within the last 3 weeks, I have maybe only been in my house a total of 3 days for like 3 full days. Okay. So I don't know what happened, but in that time span, the gnats have multiplied 100 fold. It's bad in here now. I think it might be just the weather also that's like contributing to it, but it is bad how bad the gnats are right now. But the gnats are bad. But good update, positive update. The mildew on my walls is finally gone. Woo! After 2 months of living with mildew, it's gone. So yay. I did have to hound my leasing office multiple times, almost every single day, to come and clean the mildew off my walls and disinfect and all that. But they did it finally, and so now everything's just peachy. I feel safe again in my own home. It sucks to not feel safe in your own home, definitely. But I made it through without dying, so that's good. Oh, dying. Dying, guys. That's also why I've been gone. One less grandparent, and that's all I'm going to say on that. Moving on. All right. So, yes, I've been away. But since I've been away, I went to New Orleans. I went to New Orleans for a comedy festival, Black Girl Giggles Comedy Festival, and it was so fun, guys. It was so fun. Actually, it was quite chaotic. It was a bit of a mess, but I won't say too much because this is on recording. And what if they watch my videos and be like, she's ungrateful? No, it was fun. I did three shows to full audiences, which was great. One of my shows did get canceled, but that's okay. Because the shows that I did were really good. And I got to hang out with two of the baddest hotties in the Atlanta comedy scene, okay? And I was very scared to third wheel them. Okay, I rode down with them, and I was very scared to third wheel them because they're like besties, like they live together and they're actually besties. And so I was just tagging along, which is funny because like they were saying, like one of the girls, she was like, I have so much anxiety about Angel coming. She was saying this jokingly after a few drinks. But she was like, I have so much anxiety about Angel coming because like who is this random girl just like invading our trip for 6 hours, driving in the car with us, and then being in the hotel with us too, which is fair. But then I had to be like, girly, you have anxiety about a stranger. I have anxiety about third wheeling besties. Like, do you like? I think I'd rather third wheel a couple than third wheel besties. You know what I'm saying? Like third wheeling besties is arguably much worse than third wheeling a couple. Because for a couple, you are not a part of this. You cannot be on the same wavelength as them. You can't be sitting in between their snuggle circle right now. Like there's a clear divide of you not being in the relationship. But third wheeling besties, that's awkward because they have all these inside jokes and references, and you're just sitting there like, please include me, please. But it wasn't that bad. There were some moments where I did not know what they were talking about at all. Like they spent a lot of time talking about Love Island, and I do not watch that show, so I just had to sit quiet and read my book. But it was fun. It was fine. And this trip to New Orleans, it really just gave me the inspiration that I need to be a rich housewife. Okay, because they like paid for our hotel, they paid for like most of our meals and stuff like that. Like I could have got away without paying for anything at all, but I paid for gas on the way there, because I didn't drive, so I was like, okay, let me pay for gas. And then I also bought everybody a round of shots because I was being friendly and because I didn't have to pay for anything. So okay, drinks on me for the night, even though I don't even drink. Okay, and so that was fun. But not having to buy any, like, not having to worry about money, that's such a privilege, guys. I can stay in a hotel for free. I can eat for free. Crazy, crazy. And I wish I would have taken advantage of more things. Like we went, the festival was the same weekend as Essence Fest weekend. Essence is like a black magazine, black publication. And Essence Fest is a festival with a lot of different black artists who come. We had Lauryn Hill, we had Jasmine Sullivan, a lot of big name artists come to New Orleans and put on performances. And there's also like booths and all these things, like different advertisings. Yeah. And Essence Fest was the same weekend, and some of the girls who were on the Black Girl Giggles Comedy Fest that I was on used their little name tags to get into Essence Fest, like to skip the lines in Essence Fest. And I should have been thinking harder, okay? I should have been thinking harder because I did not do that. And I hate that I didn't get to sneak my way into some of these events. Missed opportunity. But there's always next year. It was my first time in New Orleans, and I didn't really get to explore that much because I was third wheeling some besties, and I didn't want to like push the envelope, not too far. But it was a good time. I think I'll go back. I think I'll have to go back because I only was only there for a few days. Really only a few nights. But yeah, good food, good people all around, a good festival experience. And it was my first out of state festival. So I feel even more blessed to have that opportunity. So thank you to Lauren and Lana for letting me tag along. And I think it really just proved to myself that I am good at comedy because like you know it. But, like when people locally tell you you're good at comedy, like yeah, sure. But then going out of state, how do I say this nicely? Okay, going out of state and seeing how you compare to comedians from other states, no offense, no shade, no tea, but it just makes you feel better. Because Atlanta's the best, period. And that's all I have to say on that. We are who we are, okay? And we are hot shit, okay? Okay. But yes, so that was the first thing that happened in my absence from the pod. I hope that was riveting information that I went on my first festival. Okay. Next up on my adventures while I had been away, I went camping. I went camping with Connected Camping, which is a camping trip that brings together 100 Black strangers from all around the states. And they come and they commune in Georgia for a weekend of camping. And it's kind of like this wellness camp, like that we do like transformational breath work and like yoga and stuff like that. But it's also just like cool, fun hangout. Um, and last time I went was my first time that I went, and I did comedy because they have a talent show that they do. And then this time I came back and somebody actually recognized me for my comedy. Wow, amazing. But yeah, they recognized me for my comedy, and then I did comedy again this time, which was fun. And a lot of the people, well, not a lot. Okay, a lot. Okay, a lot more than I expected actually wanted to continue seeing me do comedy in Atlanta, see me do a comedy around town, bring it around town. Okay, does anybody know that reference? Okay. But yeah, they wanted to see me do comedy, and so a couple people are actually going to come to the show that I have tonight. Speaking of, okay, this is honestly why I'm filming this. Okay, because tonight is a big night, guys. It's a huge night. Tonight is Helian Comedy Club's Atlanta's funniest competition. There's been many competitions, but tonight is my night, and I am scared. I am a little nervous, so to ease my nerves, I'm talking to myself in front of a camera for an hour. And just to kill time because I didn't really have anything to do. But yeah, a couple of people from the camping trip are gonna come, and so I'm excited to see them again, and I'm excited to see if I will be voted Atlanta's funniest in this first preliminary round. And honestly, I hope so because a lot of my friends are coming to support me. So shout out to them. But even if not, like I'm so excited to see. There's lots of people coming tonight who have never seen me do comedy before, so that'll be fun. My cousin is coming apparently, and some new friends that I've made recently are coming, and I just hope that I'm funny enough for them. But even if not, things will be fun. It'll be fun. It'll be a vibe. The lineup is stacked with some of my favorite people, some of my favorite comedians, and some of my friends. So I'm excited to see them too. Um, I'm excited to see how the results go. Okay. So hopefully everything works in my favor, and if not, it'll be a fun time nonetheless. How about that? How about positive talk? Okay. It doesn't matter if I win or lose. This is about fun in the end. No, I hope I win. Please let me win. Please let me win. Please, please, please. Okay. I'm being so dramatic. But I went camping with Connected Camping and it was such a vibe. And I think I just need to plan more adult camping experiences. I have a tent and now I have a sleeping bag and a little sleep pad. So I think I just need to go camping more. Like even with a small group of people, not 100 strangers. Like maybe that's doing too much. Okay. Oh, but this is what I wanted to say. Okay, on this camping trip this time this year there was more couples that came to Connected Camping than last year, and them people were fucking in the tents. Crazy. No, I don't think it's that crazy. Okay. I don't think it's that crazy. I think it's crazy that they did it where they knew that people could hear. Like it's okay to go off and like mess around in the tents while everybody's like eating dinner or something like that. But if you know that there's other people around trying to sleep and you're getting down and dirty, that's not romantic. That is being a nuisance. I don't like that. I don't like that. I kind of did wish though, like it would have been cute if it was like people that they had met at the camp. One of them lives in Philadelphia, one of them lives in California, okay? They meet at this camp in Georgia. Tonight is the only night that they have together. And what are they going to do to sanctify their long distance love? They have to fuck in the tent. That's cute. Now that's a love story, and I can get behind that. All right, but all those other couples who always have the chance to love on each other, don't do it in the tent where everybody can hear it, okay? That's rude. I'm just kidding. I don't really care. I didn't hear it. I didn't hear it. I was knocked the frick out. I was knocked out. So nothing was waking me up. We were in the hot sun, so I did not hear a thing because I was asleep, okay? So didn't matter to me, but I just feel like if it was your only chance to make love to your long distance lover that you met for the first time during this camping trip, go off. Go off, bestie. But if that's your nigga you see every other day, why are you doing all that on the campsite? Like this is connected camping, but you ain't gotta go that far, please. And I probably shouldn't keep saying connected camp. They probably don't want their name attached to this, but that's fine. It was fun, and I think everybody should go follow them. Okay, so that was that. That was the second place that I've been. Okay, then my manhunt. Okay, should I just keep talking about travel or should I go into my manhunt? I'll go into my manhunt. So last week, actually, when I was filming this, before I filmed this, I was in Marietta Square, um, and getting ready for alley stage, and a firefighter came up to me in the wild. Crazy. I never see firefighters in the wild unless it's like career day or in porn. That's a joke. That's a good joke and I'm clipping that. Okay, no. But I've never seen a firefighter in the wild seriously. But then he comes up to me and he's like, "Have you seen an elderly black woman?" Now this is Marietta Square, mind you. So there's few and far in between. Yes, there's no elderly black woman around here. But no, I hadn't seen one. And he's like, "We're looking for a missing person." So okay, so I'm like, okay. And now I'm on the hunt in Marietta Square looking for an elderly black woman. And I see one finally. But I'm like, how do I know if this is the elderly black woman that he's looking for? You know? And I'm just looking deep into this elderly black woman's eyes on the street. I'm like, I don't know, is this the missing person or not? How am I supposed to tell? He didn't give me anything else to go by, you know? So I just passed her anyways because I assume she's fine. Like I think the missing person would know that they're missing, right? Hopefully, I don't know. But no, actually, it turned out the missing person did not know that they were missing because then I found myself at Johnny McCracken's, beloved Johnny McCracken's, an icon in the Atlanta stand-up comedian scene. Johnny McCracken's bar. And I was there, and as I was going in, an elderly black woman was being escorted out. So apparently, in Marietta Square, they took a bunch of like I don't know how to say this. I don't know the correct term. Mentally forgetful. I don't know if they had dementia. Okay, but like forgetful to extreme case. I was telling my friend this story before, and he was like, "That is crazy that you're using mentally forgetful as the term diagnosed with forgetfulness." Okay, okay, dementia patients. All right, that's what I'm talking about. They took a bunch of dementia patients out to Marietta Square to the museum, and this elderly black woman decided that she wanted a glass of wine, so she found herself at Johnny McCracken's pub. And so then the bartender, she was like, "Yeah, I just gave her a glass of wine on the house, and she's just been sitting here." But they had lost this lady for like an hour, like 45 minutes. They could not find this dementia patient in Marietta Square. Marietta Square is not that big, and it's just like I feel like we should be treating elderly people with the same amount of care, especially if they have dementia, that we treat toddlers with. Like, I can't believe they actually lost somebody's grandparent. That's crazy. I lost a grandparent. That's not funny. I'm so serious, guys. It's sad. I'm sad. Still thinking about it. It I think I'm this is also why I need to film this. Okay, we're not gonna get into the details. But his funeral was yesterday. My grandpa's funeral was yesterday. And now I have to cheer myself to be funny on stage today. So we'll see if that works. But I think this is putting me in the mood. Alright. But isn't that crazy? They lost somebody's Grammy. Somebody's grandma was lost in Marietta Square because she wanted a glass of wine. If only things were that simple. We want a glass of wine, we go find a glass of wine, and then we lose all other all other necessities, you know? Like, fuck that museum. I'm getting myself a glass of wine. How about that for culture and arts? A beautiful glass of wine at Johnny McCracken's pub. So that was my manhunt story. Oh, this goes along with it. I realized that you can get anywhere, and I knew this before, but you can go anywhere if you are wearing cargo pants and a button-up shirt, or like a shirt that looks like you're a worker. Cargo pants, cargo shorts, and a nice professional top, or like a workman's top. You can go anywhere behind the scenes. Like, I was walking around Marietta Square because I just had nothing to do before a show that I was doing, and I was just opening doors to anywhere, which is something that I find myself doing quite often. Okay, but also, like, in doing my job, I service plants at many different places. I service plants, so like I water and take care of plants, and sometimes they'll send us through like the service entrance a lot of the time, but they don't give clear directions often. So you just find yourself like wandering halls, just opening up doors and shit. And you're like, is this where I'm supposed to be? And really, truly, if you look like you know what you're doing, like if you have a little bit of purpose in your step and you're wearing cargo pants, you can get anywhere. I once accidentally walked into a morgue. So that's fun. Like, where the bodies are. Ooh, this has been a very dark, deep, dark, twisted episode. Okay. But I did accidentally walk into a morgue. And it was quite terrifying, actually. I actually got trapped in the morgue. Isn't that fun? That's what I was doing one day as I was supposed to be working. Okay, let me tell the story. So one of my jobs, I was supposed to be watering the plants at a medical examiner's office. And I forgot what that meant. Medical examiner. I thought that was a doctor's office. Nope. Is the doctor for when you die. It is the doctor that tells you what happened in death, okay? So I was supposed to be watering the plants for the medical examiner's office, and usually, like I said, to service plants, we go to the service entrance. So I found myself at the service entrance of this medical examiner's office, and they had a security desk, okay? So I walk up to the security desk. There's nobody at the security desk, but there's doors there. Okay, so then I'm like pressing buttons, trying to get into the door, ringing the doorbell. Security isn't there, so they don't let me in. And then, like, yeah, there's nobody around. Okay, eventually, somehow, magically, after like my fifth time pressing the button, calling for somebody, the doors just open up. So I guess there's somebody like watching on camera that sees me trying to open the doors to this medical examiner's service entrance. So I walk in these double doors, and I am immediately hit with the smell of death. Not a pleasant smell, guys, if you didn't know. If you've never been there before, not a great smell to greet you in the middle of your work day. It's really much not fun. But yeah, so now I'm inside the doors. I'm inside the doors and I'm standing like on the other side of the security booth where it's like I still can't get past the security door. Um And so I'm looking in the security box to see if there's a security officer. There's still not one there. And then I'm like, okay, let me look around a little bit. I look around to find that there's bodies literally like There's the sirens. Do y'all hear that? Them, I don't know. Sirens. Maybe that means something. Maybe I should stop talking about this. Okay. But no, there's literally like bodies, dead bodies, like from me to the other side of this room, which y'all don't know how big this room is. But like I can't even tell this story. I can't even tell this because it's spooky. It spooks me out. I don't know, like 10 feet maybe, and that might be pushing it. Bodies, people who have passed. I am in the room with them by myself. There's no other living bodies except me. I am the only living body in this room full of dead bodies as I look around. Okay. So now I'm spooked. I'm scared. I'm like, I don't see plants. There's nothing living here. I'm not supposed to be here. Okay. And so then I'm trying to leave. And the door that I came in is one of those doors where to get out, you have to press a button. And I did not know that at first. So at first, I'm just like pushing on the door and I'm freaking out because the door doesn't open. And finally, I realized I had to push the button. So I push the button and then I leave. But like it was probably like 10 seconds where I was pushing on the door and I couldn't get out, but I was sparkling. I was like, I am going to be trapped in here with the dead bodies and nobody's going to know where I'm at. Deep breaths. I need to do that transformational breath work that I learned at Connected Camping. Guys, I was scared out of my mind. I was scared. I was lost. I didn't know where the plants were. I couldn't do my job. So I just clocked out. I had more to do for the rest of the day, but I was like, that's enough. Clocked out and I left for the day. Worked only a half day after working in the morgue. Because what? That's spooky. I had to wash the spirits off. Oh, guys. I'm sorry. I'm getting loud. I'm getting loud because I'm getting passionate. Because, like, what is my job? Okay. But that's evidence. Whoever was watching me on the camera, they just saw that I was wearing some cargo pants and, like, let her in with the dead bodies. There's a security desk here, but she doesn't have to check in. She has a watering can and some tools. So she can go in the morgue with the dead bodies. Like, that's crazy. Crazy talk. I'm sorry. I got a little passionate with that last story. I did. I did. Because it's crazy. It is crazy, guys. Okay, but let's move on. Let's move on to something more positive. Okay. I went to Savannah, Georgia to do a show and I got to hang out with one of my close friends. So that was fun. And then we went to Charleston. It was my first time in Charleston. And here's my review of Charleston, South Carolina. Very, very, very white. Incredibly white. I should have known. I should have known, but I wasn't aware. I wasn't made aware. So it was interesting. Um, and people like I know that I'm pretty. I know that I'm pretty. Let's put that out there. I know that I'm pretty. But we went to the bars or whatever, and people kept coming up to me like amazed in my beauty, like gobsmacked in my beauty. Like she is a goddess walking this earth to me. Okay. And I think that is because I am the only black person that they ever met in their whole life. Like that's what it was giving. It was like you don't see black people ever. And so the only one that you see, you think there is like an angel walking this earth, which no pun intended, full pun intended. Okay, but like it was crazy how they were treating me. Like I've never been more loved by strangers than I have in this setting. Okay, it was wild. All right. I did do a lot of white people shit visiting my friend. Um, walk the dog a lot. Ate butter noodles. Listened to country music. Um, what else did we do? Quite a quite a bit of things. Um, but it was fun, stepping into that culture. I gotta learn about it, okay? I do. Sometimes you gotta know what the enemy got going on. I'm just kidding. White people aren't the enemy to me. Not all the time. Butter noodles though are horrible. Why are y'all doing that to yourselves? There's easy recipes that aren't just like dry. Well, their noodles aren't dry because they're covered in butter. But there's easy recipes that aren't just butter noodles. Like you can do better than that, please. It it was crazy. I did listen to too much country music though. I think I'm off country music for the rest of my life because that it was I'm sorry. I'm sorry to my friend if you're listening to this. You ruined it for me for the rest of my life, I think. Like I can't go back. But it was fun. The shows they were good and I met some cool people in Savannah and I do want to go back. It's a good city. It is. Okay. Charleston? I don't know if I would ever live there, but Savannah, Savannah, you're a good woman. All right, you are. Okay, last week I was talking about that something that I wanted to start doing more is putting myself out there when it came to dating and not being as avoidant. And I will say I tried for 3 days and now I'm back to avoidance. Okay, I downloaded Hinge for 3 days. It wasn't fun. I didn't find anything fun for me. Okay, I didn't. I did actually. I did. I met a person online on Hinge, and he actually was somebody who went to my high school, and he was the year above me. And we had planned a date, but then he had like family stuff, and he had to move the next day. And then I was like, yeah, the next day is cool. But then the next day, my friends invited me out, and I just still can't get behind. Why would I pass up having a great time with my friends when I know it's going to be a great time for a first date with a stranger that may go horribly? Like, I'm going to choose my friends every time, and that is why I'm still single. It is why I'm still single. I can't. Like, a first date, it's just not gonna work. Like, this is why I just need like friends to lovers because I'm never gonna go on a first date ever again when I can fill my nights with so much other things. But I rescheduled the date. Um, and in rescheduling the date, I also did post on my Instagram that exact sentiment on my Instagram stories. And I just have a feeling that one of our mutuals, because we went to the same high school, might have sent it to him or something. I don't know. Is that narcissistic of me? Or maybe he just had an inkling. Because I told him I was like, I'm gonna text you after I come back from my trip. Because that was before I went to New Orleans. Came back from my trip and he unmatched me. Yay. Okay, so I stopped trying. Because I don't care about anybody. I don't care. That wasn't English. I don't care though. I don't care. Okay. Also, I realized like men men say that women don't have game, but I think I do. Like my Riz is giving you the alley oop to hit your Riz. Does that make sense? I'm never gonna like. I don't really like blatantly flirt with anybody, like tell men that they're sexy because that's weird. Why would I tell a man that? Why would I gas a man's ego? No, I don't. But like my way that I like flirt with somebody is giving them opportunities to flirt with me. It's strategic. I'm playing chess. Okay, I am. Like, okay, for example, this guy that I was supposed to go on a date with, I don't know. He was like, something happened in the conversation where he was like, it looks like you could teach me a few things. And I don't know if that's exactly what he said. I should have looked at my notes, like that back at the text, but no, like something like, you look like you could teach me a few things. And I was like, here's the Riz, listen to it, guys, listen up. I was like, well, what do you want to learn? I feel like this gives the perfect opportunity for you to say some sauce to me. Okay? Like that, and that's my type of flirt. What do you want to learn? I want to learn how to love you. I want to learn how to be your boyfriend. I want to learn what you love. Like there's so many options that he can go from here. And he did do good. I'll say that. He did do good. His line was I want to learn the best restaurant in Atlanta. And so then I could give my recommendations for restaurants, and then we chose a restaurant based off what I said. And so that's good. That's beautiful. And I think the problem with men when they don't think women can flirt is like y'all aren't picking up on our cues. Like we will like be leaving it wide open for you to like come in with like your shot, shoot your shot, but y'all be missing it. And that's why I guess I also try to be like more blatant when I do have like crushes on somebody. I would just tell them in person. But like if we're already on a dating app, that leads you can flirt with me mad aggressively. If we meet in person, like I get like it's hard when you're like trying to branch off and like you're like, is this an opening for me to be flirty? Is this not? I don't want to say something weird and like mess up the vibes. But if we're texting from a dating app and I give you the alley oop, I need you to dunk it. Dunk it. Dunk it. Don't play around. All right. Because I swear I be giving men so many openings and they don't be taking it. All right. Um, but I also do get it because sometimes I be missing the hint too. I be missing so many hints, but it's different for me. You should be better at this. I'm just a girl. I hate when people say that as an excuse, but I say it all the time because I am. I am. And I'm learning. I'm learning and growing. Okay. But moving on to this week. This week I'm doing this. Okay. This week I um have been on a big family kick for reasons that I briefly discussed in this episode, but like, loving my family down and supporting my family. And I hang out with my family probably more than most adults in their mid 20s. I do hang out with my family quite often. But I think I want to be more intentional about planning events for my family to do. Like we hang out at the house all the time. But I'm doing this now. I am planning hangouts for my family. I don't want to just be like, oh, let's go grab dinner. I want us to be like intentional about the things that we do. Like something that I did for Mother's Day this year is I made my mom like a Mother's Day bingo of like different places in Atlanta that we can go visit. And we haven't really been able to do much of it because of circumstances. But something like that where it's like it's an activity and it's not just like watching Jeopardy with the family. Like I want to be going out with my family as much as I go out with my friends because my family are my friends too. So that's what I'm doing now. I am doing that. But now to get quite negative, I'm not doing this, okay? I am not begging people to hang out with me. I don't know. Because I do try to be like the planner of events and I do like inviting people out. Um, and inviting people to things. But I do get kind of like, I feel like I might have said this before. I don't know, guys. Well, if I'm saying it, if I say it before, I really mean it this time, okay? I get like bogged down in burden by like asking the same person to hang out over and over and over and over again, and them always like having something that gets in the way. And I know like some things are just like out of our control, but if you wanted to hang out with me, you would figure out how to hang out with me. And I'm not going to keep asking for like the fourth time, fifth, 17th time in a row. How about that? Is that mean? That might be a little mean. That might be quite mean. Um, but I think I go out of my way a lot of the time for a lot of people, and I need to stop doing that as much because it's not good for me to be like whipping and running and ripping and drumming more English all over the place. I kind of did like rush through a couple of the stories in this episode because I thought I would have way too much to say. And now I'm realizing I'm a little short. Okay. I am a little short of what this episode will be after being gone for like 2 weeks. I'm like, let me put out a 40-minute episode. I'll tell one more story. I'll tell one more story, which might take up like 5 minutes, but that's fine. Okay, this story is a flashback to my birthday last year. Oh, well, this past birthday. So for my birthday, I had just recently moved to Atlanta, and during my birthday week, the job that I was working at, um, they did this thing where they would shout out the people's birthdays at the beginning of the week during our meetings, our all hands meetings. Okay, so everybody in the staff knew that was my birthday. The day of my birthday comes, and I am leaving work, and this old man, I am calling him old man because I'm being mean to him because he is weird. Weirdo alert. Anyways, this old man who works with me, who was I was like casual with, I was cordial with this man. He comes up to me, he's like, "Happy birthday. What are you doing for your birthday?" Now, I am the type of person who's like, if I tell you about my plans, I feel bad not inviting you. Because why would I flex like, hey, I'm turning up, I'm getting lit. We're getting litty without you. Like, that feels weird. That feels mean. That feels rude. So I say, hey, yeah, thank you for saying happy birthday. I'm having a birthday party. Do you want to come? Not expecting this old man to be like, yeah. You know, okay, okay, to preface, after I'm like halfway through the story, he wasn't that old. He was like maybe like 40. 40 is giving him grace. If he was 40, he looked bad. A bad 40, okay? A bad 40, a good 60. Okay, that's what it was giving. But yeah, so I like again, I say like, "Ah, I'm having a party if you want to come," you know? And he's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Oop, didn't expect that. Didn't expect you to say yes to wanting to come to the party. That's crazy." But again, I'm still trying to be like nice. Like I can't be like rebuke my invite after I already invited him. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. Here, just like here's the details, you know. Again, hoping that he does not come. Cause why would a grown man come to my little 24-year-old birthday party? Weirdo. Okay. But I'm like, it's fine. It's fine. It's okay that this old man from work wants to come to my birthday party. So I give him the thing, give him the RSVP, not expecting him to RSVP. Guess what, guys? He RSVPs. Mm hmm. Mm hmm. And I feel like y'all can see where the story is going. All right. But it gets worse. Okay. I'm setting up for the party. Um, and then right as the party starts, 9 o'clock is when the invitation says. But y'all know if a party says 9 p.m., that thing does not start at 9 p.m. That's just like the time that I give hoping that people will show up by 10 p.m., you know? Like 9 p.m. does not mean 9 p.m. on party time. I get a text, the first text that I get of the night at 9 p.m., and it says it sends their license plate from an unsaved number. And okay, this is matters because my apartment complex, you have to give them your license plate in order to like register a guest for parking. So I was telling everybody who came to the party, like you have to send me your license plate so that I can make sure your car doesn't get booted. Okay. He sends me his license plate. Well, this unknown number sends me their license plate, and now I'm like, is this man that I invited randomly the day of the party, hoping that he didn't come up, gonna be the first one in my house? Like that is awkward as fuck. Awkward as fuck. I was like, I hope, no, he can't be the first one to this party. Okay, so I'm like trying to like avoid text or whatever. Luckily for some reason he sends me his license plate, but he doesn't show up first. Okay, so some of my friends trickle in, and it's like 5, 6 of my friends here, and then finally he shows up. Big grown man in my house. He brings a friend. All right, they tell me how beautiful I am because, of course, everybody just loves how beautiful I am. No, but they tell me how pretty I am. Okay, cool. Then he's like, "Oh, we're just stopping by to say hi. You didn't have to stop by at all. You did not have to be here." Okay. But he's like, "Yeah, I'm just stopping by to say hi. I have to go somewhere else, but then we might come back later." I'm like, "Please don't come back. How about that?" Okay. Please don't come back. No, but yeah. But they were being nice. They were like, "Do y'all drink? Do y'all smoke? We'll bring stuff." Okay. But I'm like, "No, I'm good." Luckily, he does not come back, which is great. But then he's texting me afterwards and he's being weird, of course. We should have known he was weird from the jump, all right? I should have known. But I am a dummy. Okay, and I am a dummy who invited this man into my house. Okay, so then he's being weird. He texts me, but it's fine. We go about our business. Keep working together. A few weeks later, this man texts me while we're on the job, and we're working in two different departments, so he doesn't know where I am. But he texts me like, "Are you single?" Don't text me that. I don't respond. Then later that day, I see him because we have to meet up at the office at the end of the day. And he's like, "Why didn't you respond to my text?" Nigga, you know why I didn't respond to your text. Huh? Get out my face. Get out my face. I'm not responding to your old, raggedy. I couldn't think of a compliment. I mean, I can't even. Not a compliment, an anti-compliment. I couldn't think of a insult. Did y'all see me like struggling to think of something to say? I can't be mean. But old bunky. Yeah, I'm making up words as an insult because that's what you deserve. You deserve made up words because that's how funky and bonky you are. Okay. But yeah, he's like, "Why didn't you respond to my text?" Nigga, you know why I didn't respond to your text. Because I don't want to talk to you. Why would you even think that your grown man, dirty behind, working the same job as me, would have a chance with me? Disgusting. Like I don't even date old men for real. But if I am gonna date an old man, he will be rich, not working the same job as me. Ew. Ew. Please get out my face. But then eventually I quit the job for other reasons. And he kept texting me. And I was like, "Bro, stop texting me. I will block your number. I will block your number and report you to whatever the fuck. Because why are you at the old man trying to holla at me? Weirdo. Weirdo." I've been saying that all episode. But people have been weirding me out, bro. They have. And I don't know what it is about me that just brings the weirdos, the creeps, and the freaks. But I need y'all to stay back. Please. Okay? I can't deal with it anymore. All right? Am I gonna end on that negative note? I think so. No, I thought that was a funny story though. Like, why would he come to my house, guys? I'm too nice. Oh, I remember why I brought this up though. I brought this up last time I filmed this, because wait, what time am I at? Okay, I have like 10 more minutes. I brought this up last time I filmed this episode though, because I one of my deepest fears is getting kidnapped. And I say that, and then I continue to do things that are kidnap worthy, like that. All right. And then also I was in New Orleans, like as I mentioned at the beginning of this episode, and I was doing the first show, and this guy he comes up to me and he's like, "I'm gonna drive you to the next show. Come with me after your set is over." And my dumbass, yes. And so I just get in his car. I could have been kidnapped in New Orleans because I am a dummy. I just get in his car, but luckily he drives me to the next show. He does drive me to the next show, but then he's like talking about how he used to be a pimp and some other things that are weird to mention on your first time meeting somebody. But everything was fun. It turned out he was like actually one of the producers of the festival, so I was fine. But I started thinking after that moment, that was the first night, I was like, "Bro, I need to think safer." Because there's something wrong with me where I was just like, "Oh, yeah, I'll go with you." I'm insane, guys. I am insane. And then when I was in Savannah, there was somebody who like hollered at me on the side of the street, me and my friend. And guys, I don't know how to react when people holler at me. I don't know why. I just like didn't assume that it was a cat call, but it could have been. But I didn't assume that it was a cat call. And so I was just like waving like, "Hey, hey, girl, if somebody cat call, you're not supposed to be waving at them nicely. I'm going to get myself killed, bro." It wasn't a cat call though. It was somebody that my friend knew, but I didn't know them. So it's like I don't know why I was waving like I knew them. Like I don't know what's wrong with me, guys. Um I just have a lot of love in my heart. A lot of love in my heart to give. And so I guess I just have to be kind to strangers and men who don't deserve it. Unfortunately. It's just a whole nother tangent of men who don't deserve it. Cause guys, I've been making mistakes with the man that I said I was over. The man that I said I didn't care about anymore somehow has whittled his way back into my life. But I'm having fun. So that's all like, as long as I'm having fun, like, it doesn't matter if I hurt my feelings in a week from now. I'm having fun right now with the man who doesn't want me. So that is all that matters. I think so. Yep. I'm young. Let me be young in love and dumb, okay? Please. I'm allowing it. My mom said it's okay for me to keep things casual. She doesn't know it's not casual. Not in my heart. But anyways, yeah, I'm doing this, okay? I am doing this. Once again, I am filming the podcast. I'm excited to see y'all next week. We'll have a special little guest. Um, and we'll see where my life takes me from here. Thank y'all for supporting me on this journey. Love you lots. Bye.